Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm back after my 2 weeks off. Hope everyone's keeping well. I'll catch up with the chat now and see who we've got in. Bear with me 1 second. I get ads on my own videos. So we got in. I got Hot Dog Andy. Good evening, sir. Flymo Chairman. Good evening. Yes, we got Tom Houston. Hi from H&H Express, one of those scale trains. He was holding down the fort for the last 2 weeks while I was away. Peter Jackson, Judah Heath, Jerry BVR. I think that's everyone so far. Not expecting many in. It's a lovely summer's evening. I don't know what the temperature's like with you guys, but it is roasting here. I think it's about 25 degrees at the moment. There's a bit of thunder in the air, so if there's a bright flash and I disappear offline, you know what's happened. So this evening, what we're going to do is, as you can tell, I'm in the Heritage Centre. So I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I done this scenic area during lockdown, so it's about 3 years ago now. I used some of the cheap sawdust, coloured sawdust on there, and it's all faded. There's a bit of static grass on top of it, but the sawdust is all faded and it looks all horrible now. So I'm going to strip part of this off. We're going to do some more scenics on this, some static grass, tidy it up, make it look better again. I'm not going to scrape off the old stuff. I'm going to use this as an experiment and just see how it looks with fresh stuff on top of it. Because I have the rest of the layout to do, which is over that way, which I'll show you later on. So we'll start off stripping this off. Anyone else pop in while I was yapping? I almost missed going live because I was busy watching Double O'Neill Triss's premiere. I just seen it the last minute. I had to come on. Oh, Brendan Junction's popped in. Oh, Anthony, how you doing? How's the holiday going? I'm loving keeping track of you on Facebook with all your snaps and everything from all over the place. Smallwood Junction, good evening. Be keeping well. Oh, Mick's in Edgeley Park Station. Brian, Finnerton Central Model Railway. President XD Locomotive Shed, how you doing? And hi to anyone else I missed. Hi to anyone who's lurking in the background there. I hope you're all keeping well. Video out tomorrow. It's only a 2-minute video. It's just a little bit of an update to see what's going on. My channel members will have seen it. I think some of them were a bit shocked. So you can look forward to that. So I'm going to just strip these few bits off of here. And then we'll do some more static grass and some bushes and that sort of thing. So what this section is here, what this represents here is actually Barnes Holt, which was on the line between the station here and Stranorla, which was the main hub of the railway. So this is about 10, 11 miles out of town. And there was just a little halt that the rail cars would stop at and pick people up. Now it would have been built about, what was it, 1882? This would have been built because the railway started in Stranorla going towards Donegal town and ran out of money about 6 miles outside of town. So you had to get a horse and trap it in the rest of the way until they finished the line 7 years later in 1889. There's a boring bit of history for you. So let's see, some of this I did stick down, so we'll see what can come up. What's that behind there? Yeah. Take all that away. Oh, that was my funny bone. Ow. So I hope everyone's hearing me all right. Past couple of videos, I've been having trouble with the mics. So I've been messing around with the settings the past couple of videos trying to get it right. So you might notice a couple of volume changes in tomorrow's video. Oh, hi Andy, Moreland Model Railway, how you doing? Again, hi to anyone who's popped in or lurking in the background. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button for me. It all helps. So I'm going to start off on here with some 2mm spring as a basing layer. I'm going to do it in small sections. So I'm going to sort of do this side first. I know you should always work from the back forward, but I just want to see how it looks on here. So I've got some paper I'm just going to fold just to put over this area, just so there's no overspray onto the track. And now it probably would have looked, track grass going up over the track would have been quite realistic towards the end of it, because it did look towards the end. It was a bit of an unkept railway. There was a lot of grass growing up through it. In fact, in some places you couldn't even see the rails. Actually, what I'm going to do is just get my phone. If I put it in front of me, then I can sort of keep half an eye on the chat. Oh, I see Kieran's popped in as well. Hi, Kieran. How you doing? Right, keep an eye on the chat. Also, I managed to drop my static grass applicator. So there's a bit of a crack up here and there now. So I'm hoping it's still working okay. It lights up. There seems to be a spark coming off it. So I'm hoping it's all good. I'm going to get it ready, put in some of the 2mm. I'm going with 2mm spring. Then I'm going to put some 2mm summer, a little bit mixed in amongst it, just for color variation. I'll leave that over there. Right, stand by for the rattle can. I'll give this a good shake for a little while. I think the temperature here now is about 25 degrees. It's very warm. In fact, I was going to do some work from the grey wagon. I opened it up and that was way too warm. It's been like October, November time. I was in there freezing. Now you can't breathe in there. Yeah, there's a little dried up woodlice. Got the door. Right, let's put some spray on. Again, this is the WWS static layering spray. Find it really good. Try not to get it on the perspex, because I don't want static grass stuck to that. Right, let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, that's going on well. Sorry about all the banging. Right. Let's see how that looks. So you can already see there how the green looks better. Right, now what I'm going to do is use my other applicator. And I'm going to put, there's some stuff left in here. I don't know what that is. And I'm going to put a little bit of 2mm summer. Not too much, I just want sort of patches of that. That little spray over. So this, I'm just going to spray in spots. Now, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but now you can see some sort of patches of different colored grass. Oh, there's a shower of rain. Yeah, there's a big thundercloud overhead. Right, so now I'm going to go for some 4mm, something a little bit darker like meadow or spring summer mix. Yeah, I've got wild meadow. Actually, I'm going to put in what was in. So this looks like wild meadow. I think it's actually 6mm. And I'm just going to sprinkle this lightly. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that actually looks a lot better. Let me take this camera down and put it sort of, would be eye level. So I think that picks up this different colors and tones, so it looks more natural. Probably only going to stay on just for an hour tonight because the car has gone in for its NCT, which is the equivalent to the MOT in the UK. So the missus will be around to pick me up just after 8:30 with the good or bad news. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. And you can see there that took what to do that patch there? 5 minutes. using the layer and spray, and just that's all. It's all WWS static grass I use now. I've tried using Woodland Scenic. I've tried using other ones, and I just don't really get on with them, to be honest. I just find they're too thick and they don't stand up as well. And whereas the WWS is finer, I think it takes the static much better and stands up, and it just their system, and it just seems to work. Hi Dino, how you doing? Yeah, I got an appointment, Jerry. We must have just, because it's actually the NCT is due next week. And about 4 weeks ago, we just went online to have a look, and they must have just released a load of dates because there was a load available on the Thursday evening. Like it's, well, it should be done now or in now at the moment, because it's 20 to 8, it's due in. Yeah, so it should be being tested right now. But yeah, I was very lucky now, but my friend of mine, his NCT is due, and the closest date he can get is September. But, I did have a northern registered car when I was doing more work in the north. Was it last year? And it was due in May, and the closest date I could get was December. It was just ridiculous. Right, so let's get on. I'll just shake this off. They're going to come in tomorrow, and they're going to find all these little bits of these fibers all over the place and wonder what the hell was going on in here last night. So this layout has sort of been in development, start being built, I believe, in the 40s. Now this section here, apart from the little platform, I built this little section, but the actual main layout, which I'll show you in a minute, George started building it in the 40s. Changed all the track over in the 60s to Pico nickel silver. And it's been on the go since then. And it's now my job to keep it going for the next generation. So this is my little section. And I've built a section between here and the other layout of Killybegs. So it's, yeah, it feels like sometimes like quite a responsibility, because I'm looking after something someone else built. And unfortunately, George is no longer with us, but his sons do pop in from time to time to check on it. Oh, it is certainly warm. Hi, Nigel. How's it going? Wipe the perspex. That's a very good idea. Before I destroy the place anymore. I'm going to put the camera back up again on the tripod so you can watch what I'm doing again. Let me see how that is. Hi, Alan. How you doing? Yeah, we're having a few events here. We have our annual sort of vintage car and tractor run in August. We have our AGM in August. We're just after having the children's weekend here. This association with the library and that. We had an open day for people to come in and do events and everything. It was very successful. We're trying to get one of the local craft fairs to come and set up here for a weekend. We have a couple of talks booked as well. That's going to be around the county. I know we're doing Killybegs, Burton Port. So some of them I probably will be live streaming if they've got internet. One's going to be on the CDR, one's going to be on the Swilly. We're also working on a new book, which should be out, which is on the Ballycastle Railway, which is another 3-foot narrow gauge railway, not in Donegal, but up in Antrim. Right, so where was I? Let me put the spray. Yeah. Right, so same process again. There's a cobweb. Oh, the spider's just ran away. This is where I could do one of those precision ones just to get in to the edges. But what I'll do is right, I'm going to put some of the overspray, which is a mixture. Now, what did I say I put in there? It's dead grass, wasn't it? Now, where did I put that? No, wild meadow, wasn't it? Yeah, wild meadow. Switch it on, this helps. We don't know when the talk is up in Antrim yet. There is going to be one. I'm not sure of a date yet, but I'll let you know when I do have one. Who's that behind the door? There's no one behind the door. Don't be starting that saying that you can see someone behind the door. There's all sorts of weird noises that goes on in this old building at night. I think all the added extra static in the air tonight from these thunderclouds that are overhead is actually making the static grass look even better, because I haven't had it looking this good for a long time. If anything, it would be the ghost of Henry Forbes. He was the manager of the Donegal Railway until when was it? The 1943, died of a heart attack. He was quite a character. He was I mean, it's thanks to him that the railway lasted as long as it did, because he was the one who pioneered the use of rail cars, and that's what kept the Donegal going. Well, in the end, only about 7 years longer than the Londonderry Lost Willie, but looks like someone's face, right? You guys can stop that, right? It's not even dark here. It doesn't, in fact, this time of year in Donegal, it hardly gets dark at all. You have about 2 hours of darkness. I know we're not that far north, but like I was awake this morning with the heat, couldn't sleep, and it was 3:30, and you could see outside. Anyway. There's something I would like to do with this station is, for Halloween, is turn it into like a full haunted house experience. So you come in and you just have scares, and you could vary the scare level for younger children through to adults. Oh, that stuff's not stuck down very well. This actually needs a bit more in there. Leslie, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Hi, Robert. How are you doing? Howard, how are you doing? Yeah, I think everyone's loft is like an oven tonight. I haven't even ventured into mine. Yeah, I need to get that little precision one so I can get right into the edges. Just in case any of my children are watching, because Father's Day is coming up. Oh, yeah, better spray some stuff on there first, or it's not going to stick. Right, yeah, that's enough static grass for now. Right, I'll put the station or the halt back in place. And I'll pop the trees back in. I think that looks a lot better. And I put some of the lichen in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some bushes around the place as well. Let's actually put that back down so you can see. Yeah, Robert, I just noticed. I just put the camera back down again. Oh, Clive, how you doing? I actually wasn't expecting as many people in tonight. I thought with this heat, everyone will be out in a beer garden somewhere. Right, I'm just going to put some bushes in. So what I've got for that is various colors of clump foliage. I've got like dark green, olive green, light green. And I think what I forgot to bring in with me is my little bits of color scatter for doing flowers on. So put a little bit of this. Yeah, it's one of those things where you try to be random, but when you look at it, you think, I've just put that evenly spaced out. I hardly notice a difference in that green. I'll put some of the lighter stuff in just so for contrast. What I need is some of my yellow scatter for the old wind bushes, as they say around here, which we would call gorse in the UK. When I was younger, I used to have a den made out of wind bushes. The way they grew in underneath it was all, if you like, hollowed out, and that was where I used to play. It's my little. Feel like a cake in the oven, slowly baking. Yeah, I think we all feel like that. But it's just getting warmer. Just at the moment, there doesn't seem to be any end in sight. Normally, we get a couple of days of this, and then you go on. Everyone rushes around, has a barbecue, goes to the beach, and then back to the rain. But at the moment, there's nothing. No respite. Now, there was a little shower earlier on, and I actually stood out in it, and the rain felt warm. And I was like, oh, this isn't any good. Do you know what? Do I have, where's my, I'm sure I have a box of some trees in it here somewhere. Yes, I do. Oh, and I got some little tufts and everything in here. I can put a few of them about as well. Put it in the right way around. Leicester Station, Gary, how you doing? Good evening, sir. Hope you're keeping well. Ben, how you doing? Eagle Creek. Oh, Tris is here. How you doing, Tris? As I said, I'll catch up with yours. I had to pop off and do my live. I didn't like to advertise myself on your stream. I feel that's a bit rude. Well, I don't mind people doing it here on my stream. I have no problem with people advertising themselves if they got videos coming out or live streams or anything like that. Feel free to mention your channels and share. I think everybody here is probably subscribed to each other anyway. All the regulars are. That's all right, Tris. There's plenty of room on the internet. And to be honest, I think people would probably prefer watching you than me anytime. Because I actually almost missed my stream because I was so busy watching yours. I realized it was about 30 seconds to go to start my stream. I'll just sort out, see if I've got any decent trees here. Right, stand by for a little bit of noise. I'm just going to drill a hole for putting this tree in. Oh, actually, just check underneath for wires and everything first. No, I'm good. Hey, don't send people to sleep, Tris. I'm just redoing some scenic stuff on this. I'd last done the scenery on this section here back in lockdown. This is in the Donegal Railway Heritage Museum here. And at the time I used some of that coloured sawdust because, you know, you couldn't get hold of modelling stuff for love nor money during lockdown. So that's all I had. And of course it all faded in the sunlight, so I'm just redoing it here. So what I'll do now is I'll leave that for a minute and then come back and have a look at it. But I will bring up my phone and I will give you guys a little tour about of the rest of the layout here. Bear with me a second while I bring the camera online. Let's hope it all works. That, to studio. Now, last time I done. Oh. Bear with me a second. Sorry, I'm just arguing with my phone. Add that to the stream. And I'll make this solo layout. Right, first off, can everyone still hear me? Right, I got a yes from Gary. Okay, so I'll start down this end where I was working. So this is what I've done this evening. You can see now it looks a lot greener, a lot brighter. A few extra bushes, tufts in, that sort of thing. So, and then this is the main layout, which say was building of this started in the 40s. This Pico track was actually put down in the 60s. It's built 5 mil, so it's actually 5 mil to the foot. That's the scale he used. And here we are in a model of the Donegal Town Station, which is, this is the area here we're actually stood in at the moment. So when the society took it over in the 90s, they built up these walls a little bit, put a roof over it. And you can see that curved bit there is actually that curve there. And there's the exit out onto the platform. So this is how it would have looked in the 40s and 50s. 3-foot narrow gauge. Trains went off that direction. off to Stranorlar on up to Derry. And just about where the tripod is, there's a branch that would have gone off down to Ballyshannon. And then this way went around to Killybegs. So I done all this section here, and you can see this is what I was on about, how the sawdust is all faded now. There's no colour left in it at all. Brian, are you winding me up, or can everybody hear me? So this is one of George Hanna's buildings. Now it's amazing that he built these from scratch back in the 50s and 60s. And there was no real model shops. Everything was bought. You had a catalogue and you ordered mail order. And he built it from coming to Donegal, taking photographs and scratch building it all. So this is laid out how Inver Station would have looked, although I've taken a bit of liberty here. This road here actually went over, was a bridge over it, not a level crossing. And then it goes into Killybegs Station, which is the only station on the network that had a cover of the platform, purely because out here was the Atlantic Ocean. And the waves would come up when there was a storm and make you very wet, never mind the rain. And if we pull out here, you can see there, that is actually Donegal Station. So basically, if there was a window there and you looked out, that's what you would have seen over 60 years ago. So yeah, like I'm just amazed at the detail of this, like to think that this was all scratch built, you know, without the sort of modern materials we have available to us now. And like all these engines, they no longer work because they're just worn out. Like these were built in the 50s and 60s. What survives now? This station building. The last little bit of track is actually on Killybegs Pier. All right, I just need to put my battery pack on the phone because it's saying it's about to die. So the last bit of original track is on Killybegs Pier. So if you imagine this is Killybegs, all this now is a car park, and there's a line here that went on out to the pier. That little bit of track is left because it's concreted into the pier. Rolling stock wise, well, of course we have Drumbo here. Step out, look down. So down there we've got red wagon, steam engine, Drumbo, grey wagon. We've got coach 58, body of railcar 15 down there. I can't venture down too far, or else I'll lose signal. There's railcar 18, it runs in Fintown, railcars 10 and 11, which is Phoenix, and railcar 1 are in the museum up in Belfast. There's railcar 12 in Derry, along with Columkill, Blanche, and Mina Glass steam engines all survived. So there's a good bit of rolling stock survived, purely survived because when it closed down, an American called Dr. Cox, that was it. He was a dentist, and he bought the whole lot to take back to America and set up a 3-foot gauge railway in America. But what he hadn't factored in was the shipping costs, and they left laying in Strabane for years. And the trouble started, and the army built a base beside where the old station was, which in the end was a godsend because it actually made, they were protected. Like by the time the base was built, they had nicked all the brass things and smashed all the windows and carriages and things like that. But the main bodies of things a lot of it survived. So they were rescued over the years. And we have Drumbo now restored to display condition. Hope is to get our boiler done and put her out to get her steaming someday. Brian, if I've got anything to do with it, yes, the trains will run again. I mean, that's, like, some of you know, I'm the chair of the board of trustees here, so, you know, me and my fellow directors, it's our responsibility to keep this going, keep this stuff alive, keep it restored for future generations. Like, we have school children coming in here, and none of them know that there used to be trains in Donegal. Like, there's the county there, if you can see it. And you can see what a network of trains we have. And there's none of this anymore. So there's a little look around the museum. So that's our video room. So there's just a small part of the museum, like we have our rolling stock outside and we have displays inside them. And so there's a lot to see here. We have the 7 1/4 inch as well, so people can get a little ride on a train up and down the old platform. Well, Robert, if you grab a shovel, I'll grab a pickaxe and we can start going out and digging it. Well, that's not a great picture, is it? It's, I don't know why I ain't got full signal here. Well, let's come back a bit now. Yeah, it probably froze because when I went up the other end, it lost signal. So it should be back now. What do you need to do to get tracked down again? All these things come down to money, Brian. Now, when the railway closed, if you owned land adjoining the line, you could buy the land. And if you couldn't afford it, the company gave you a loan to buy the land. So a lot of the land the rail on is now owned in private ownership. So you'd have to see if you could buy all that back. Some of it is still owned by CIE because when the railway ceased to exist as a company in 1972, anything that was owned by the railway that wasn't sold became property of CIE, which is how we ended up this building, because CIE have their bus depot here. Otherwise, this would have been tossed for something else. So, yeah, it's something we're working on now. We've spent a lot of time over the past few years redoing the museum, getting it up, making a lot more noise over social media. The manager we have here now, he's done a fantastic job of getting everything together and up and running. And it's been a huge teamwork effort by, you know, the staff that are here, the volunteers and everything to come in. You know, it's been a huge effort to get us to where we are now. And we're looking to the future to build on that. And, you know, the original dream when this is set up is to have a line running again. But it's, you know, it's a dream. And, you know, we're going to work on it. Certainly warm anyway. Right, I'm just going to switch over to the other camera now. And we'll go back and see what we can do. Can everyone still hear me? Yeah, trains are a fantastic tourist attraction. You know, there was studies done, and I think it was for In the UK, every pound that is spent on a heritage railway, it brings £3 to £4 into the local economy. You know, and I know, I mean, it amazed me as well. I've said this before, but when we were actually bringing Jumbo home, there was crowds of people out to see it, to watch it. In fact, I seen all these people out, and I didn't believe they were out to see a steam engine come through. I thought they were out because, you know, there was a football team coming back that had won something, but no, they were all out, and people had banners, "Welcome home, Jumbo," and everything, and it was like amazing. The amount of people, the amount of interest it generated, it really surprised me. Yeah, Robert. Well, you can come in and volunteer here now if you want, Robert. If you want to come in and spend a few hours in here. Yeah, there's a consultation going on at the moment about a greenway, and one of the things we've discovered with discussion is that you have to be very clear on the terminology that you use. You don't say you want a greenway. You say you want a walkway, because a greenway actually has a national standard, and basically a greenway is a 3-meter wide tarmac road. That's the standard for a greenway, and then once that's in, you can't do anything else on it. So you have to be very clear and say, no, we want a walkway, which is a walkway you can make out. You can have that as compacted gravel. You can have a train line running alongside it. You can do all sorts of things with it. Yeah, Nigel, that's one of the things I find that Belfast is famous for building a ship that sank on its maiden voyage. And like, I've been to the Titanic experience up there, and it is very, very good. But yeah, people come to see the dock where the Titanic was built. Yeah, no, I know. Even if we could get a mile out the road from here with a train running on a rail car or whatever, it would be a huge change. John JMC, how you doing? Good evening, sir. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, so I think I don't think I need to do much more on here. I think maybe if I can find a couple of tufts to put around at the back, just to add a splash of color. These are just little bits of seafoam with just color scatter on them. They look quite effective. You just can stick them up. And they just stand up in the static grass. And they just look like a little bush. Yeah, that's fine. Anyone who's not subscribed to John, get over to his channel. Flymo, if you can put a link up to his channel. Yes, someone is reversing. It's the oh no, it's the buses outside, and it looks like they're just about to empty the toilet on the bus, which means there'll be a lovely smell in here, which you guys won't get. Yeah, because the CIE's bus yard is right beside us. Right, I tell you what, it's certainly warm tonight. Yeah, there goes the blue juice. Yep, everyone's putting up. Yeah, it's bus going to be the number 30 to Dublin, just being serviced before it turns around and goes back down to Dublin again. You're very welcome, Rent Junction. And I'm going to be signing off in a minute now anyway to get packed up to go home, enjoy the rest of the evening. In fact, what I shall do is I will just pop onto my YouTube dashboard and I will make my video public and put a link in the chat, because it's only a 2-3 minute video and you can watch instead of coming out tomorrow. Come on. Yeah, the internet's on a go slow here. So bear with me a minute, guys. I'll just paste that link in, make it visible to public. Publish. Yeah, it's 2 minutes, 6 seconds. And you can see the latest that's going on with me. So there's that link. It says 2 minute long video, gives you a quick update what I've been doing. And I'll just say to you, if you read the comments, the comment that's on there for my missus, you can just ignore that one. Yeah, you are very lucky, although it doesn't actually smell too bad tonight. Some days it's, oh. Right, I'm going to call it a night now, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Back again next Thursday. I'll probably be in here again. I'll carry on doing the scenics around. I think this worked out quite well tonight. I just need to put the animals back on it now and clean the track, make sure the train runs up and down it okay. So hit the like button on your way out, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you all next week. So take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy this lovely warm summer weather. Anthony, you enjoy the rest of your holiday, and I'll catch you all guys in the streams or on my stream next week. So take care, everyone. Goodbye.